And joining us now, BC's Chief Coroner, Dr. Jatinder Baidwan. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
If you could tell us about the goals of this inquest, that would be the great place to start.
The goals of any inquest are to ascertain the facts of exactly what happened when someone died. And in this instance, obviously, a number of people have died, 9 people have died. And we know that the investigation is going to take us to various different places. And what we want to do is really be able to answer the questions that we need to answer, that get us the recommendations that we need, and play that all of that investigative findings out at the inquest in front of a jury of peers who will then take those findings and actually come up with recommendations that will hopefully prevent this kind of tragedy ever happening again in BC and perhaps even across Canada.
When you say a jury of peers, what sort of person are you speaking of?
It's the same in BC as any other jury that we have, that we strike for the justice system. So in the same way that you'd strike a jury for the High Court or wherever else, it'd be exactly the same. The Sheriff's Department finds a bunch of local people, 5 to 7 people, and they come and sit in as a jury.
And they will be making, as I understand it, non-binding recommendations. So how can, especially the families in Tumbler Ridge, have a sense of reassurance that this will have impact, the impact that they're looking for?
Yeah, by statute, they're non-binding. That doesn't mean that they don't have a very, very positive effect. Our proceedings always are open to the public and to the press. And as you know, when things get played out, when the story gets told, when the recommendations get made, all of that is in context of the fact that the government hears that. And the people that we're talking about, you know, the mental health services, the RCMP, all the other organisations that were a part of this, they get to hear it too. The good thing is there's no our scope is incredibly wide. I've heard lots of sound bites in the media in the last 24 hours since I announced the inquest that the scope may not be broad enough. There's nothing stopping our scope from being as broad as it needs to be. We can even go back in a temporal fashion, reach back a number of years, if those facts are deemed to be pertinent to how the circumstances played out and are pertinent into making recommendations that will stop them happening again.
If this is a broad inquest, then how long might it last?
That's a wonderful question, and it's one of those impossible questions to answer. The difference between an inquiry and an inquest is that we help digest the information that the jury gets. Our inquest counsels, our investigating group, they will basically package things up. They will get the experts ready to talk about things so that it's pre-digested and is ready to be consumed by the jury. And that will then make it easier and hastens the job that the jury have. And then they will ask questions, etc., and it will go back and forth. There'll be, I imagine, a number of participants, probably more than we've ever seen before. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't last at least 4 to 5 weeks. It may even last longer. But usually our coroner's inquest lasts 1 to 2 weeks.
There are a queue of inquests in your line already, so when do you expect this one might commence?
That queue will not be a determining factor on when this inquest takes place. This inquest will take place when our investigative phase is complete. The inquest will be the culmination of this investigation, and it will happen rapidly once we're ready to go.
I could only imagine that the families of those who were killed in this shooting will want to be present if they are able. For this inquest, will it be held in Tumbler Ridge or more likely where the experts are located in Lower Mainland?
It will definitely not be held in the Lower Mainland. It will be held. I'm in talks with various people, including the mayor of Tumbler Ridge, Mayor Krakauer, and I have been talking about this, and we're scheduled to talk again in about 3 or 4 weeks. And the reason that we're talking is to make sure that we do this in the most sensitive fashion possible, and that we do it at the right place. I don't know where that's going to be. I expect it probably isn't going to be the Lower Mainland, and I expect it probably may not be Tumbler Ridge. Those folks have got enough trauma on board already. It may be somewhere local, but I don't know where that's going to be. It's going to be a conversation that takes place with the local people.
Such an important inquest and so many questions yet to be answered. Dr. Jatinder Baidwan, BC's Chief Coroner, we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.